Good morning, Oak Crest. Josh Runkles here at the 2013 Multicultural Expo in John Erickson Hall. And I'm telling you, if you could only see the sights I'm seeing, smell the food, it's just unbelievable here in Crestview right now. I definitely can't wait to explore and see what we can find around the world. Well, I've just made my way over to Italy and I could not be more excited. I feel like I'm very versed in Italy here because I've tried probably every type of pasta made. What would you say is the best food to come out of Italy?
Hey, all of it. All of it is good, I think. But I like the pasta. I like the pizza. I like everything.
And if there's one thing you want to tell us about Italy, say the most important thing you can get across today, what would that be?
Well, it's a beautiful country. Our grandparents were born there. My father was born there, and they all emigrated to the United States. But Italy is a beautiful country. I've been there a couple of times. Back in the early 90s, I visited my father's hometown, which was in southern Italy near Cosenza in Calabria. And it was really a chore and a beautiful place to see that little country area.
And what are you showing off today? What do we have on the table?
Well, we have our grandparents' pictures and my mother and father's wedding picture. We have various books of Italy. We have some Torroni, which is an Italian candy. We have pizzelles, which is an Italian cookie, and we have other Italian cookies.
Italian playing cards.
Italian playing cards. Now, you probably never saw those, probably, but in Italy, you have, it only goes up to 10. You have 1 through 7, then 8, 9, and 10 are your face cards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're all different. I mean, you wouldn't recognize them. Not your typical hearts or diamonds or whatever. You'd have to look at them to see what kind they are.
We might have to play some poker. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Well, we are cooking here at the Diversity Expo this year. Tell us a little bit about what you just created.
Well, I'm making pancit. We call it pancit in the Philippines, but here it's just like a Chinese food, but it's different noodles and vegetable is kind of stir fry. And I just show them how to make it, and yeah, it's ready to eat.
Taste of the Philippines right here. This is delicious. I have some shrimp and pancit, and I'll tell you, I can't wait to see what else is around. Where else can you go at Oak Crest and taste different foods from all over the world?
I'll tell you about the Universalists here. They're a very inclusive group. We meet once a month, and we discuss various topics, and anybody is welcome to come in. They don't profess themselves, they came out of the Reformation, and they don't profess themselves specifically as Protestants or Christians or whatever, but they maintain the same principles as all religions, really, and it's a social justice in the actually could be the gospel of Jesus, the golden rule, etc. But I find them very welcoming and I feel very comfortable with them. And here at the table, we have a rolling screen with the topics that we've discussed within the past few months. We've discussed the topic of love, forgiveness, the 7 principles. But I like the fellowship and I like the intellectual stimulation.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Sure, Josh.
Well, I did tell you we would be traveling today, and we've made it all the way to Germany, and I found a very special resident here, Ilse Harrop. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So I want to ask you, if there's one thing you want to tell everybody about Germany, what would that be?
How beautiful it is. Lots of woods and lakes and mountains and little villages and big cities. So it's a very vibrant state.
you haven't realized by now, if there is food on the campus, we will find it. And usually behind that food is this gentleman right here. Joe, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
So tell us a little bit about what you have prepared for the day.
Actually, I had the help of Shahab over here, but we prepared some lamb kebabs made with ground lamb, garlic, mint, fresh basil, and he grilled those, and they're served with a tzatziki sauce, which is like a creamy sauce with some feta cheese and cucumbers in it. And we grilled some pita triangles, which go very well with it. We also did a tabbouleh salad that has fresh mint, basil, bulgur wheat, lemon juice, some garlic, and also fresh mint and fresh basil, and a little bit of scallion. And then we also made a hummus, which is made with tahini paste, chickpeas, ground chickpeas, and there's of course some garlic in that as well, and olive oil, and lots of fresh herbs.
Now, basil is just an unbelievable ingredient. I mean, I can smell it lofting over here. Well, I'm here now with Associate Executive Director Mark Rousey. Mark, this is an unbelievable event. I thank you so much for all that you had to do with it. I know you had a lot to do with it. Now tell us, what exactly goes into an event like this?
Well, really it starts with our Diversity Council, Josh, where we come together every month and really think about and discuss and strategize what would be an event to bring residents and staff together. And that was very important for us. But also our mission with our council is to really stimulate knowledge and understanding, which really drives awareness and how we work and live with each other. So all that in mind, we said, what would be a great event? And we want this to be a tradition that we have on the second Friday of July every year. So we're looking for suggestions as a council and move this forward. But right now we got the music, the food, the culture, the religion, all those things built in here, and we've had great turnout. I think right now we're looking at close to 300 people that have showed up so far, and we're a little over halfway for the event.
And why do you think an event like this is so important to a place like Oak Crest?
Well, there's so much history here. And I think residents need to have the opportunity to let people know about their background and their culture, and they're passionate about it, which makes them feel more inclusionary and makes them feel proud of their background. And also it's able to know that we're a community that has open arms. And you saw our logo with the hands there, but it's really about we're all different cultures and all different backgrounds, but we live in a little town and a little culture, that to bring that together, to know that when you're sitting in a dining room that you're maybe a better listener and understanding because you know something more about someone that you didn't know before.
Now, the beautiful thing about the Multicultural Expo is that we don't always have to travel far to find some good food. Tell us about your booth here today.
Hi, how are you? I'm from Virginia, USA. Down home country cooking. When you come to Virginia, you greet everyone, you tell them to come on in, have a little meal, and this is what we would share and serve with you if you came and visit us at home.
Some good old home cooking. What do we have on the table?
Well, we have some macaroni and cheese, some collard greens with kale. We have potato salad, chicken, and candy sweet potatoes, and cornbread. And of course, you can't miss the iced tea with lemonade.
Thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure. And my grandchildren, Sierra and AJ.
So that's why half the food is gone.
That's why it's half gone.
We're here now with new Oak Crest resident Nadia Dimitri. Nadia, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm very excited about your table because this is somewhere that I've always wanted to travel. Tell us where we are today.
We are in Egypt, and this is Egypt of the pharaohs, and this is Egypt of the Christians, the first century, and this is Egypt, the Muslim Egypt, when the Arabs invaded Egypt in 643.
Wow. Now tell me, there's a lot on your table here. I see backgammon, some fun games. It's just a beautiful table. Tell me about some of these items.
This is a the board for backgammon, and it's wood with mother of pearl inlaid, and it's done by hand. The papyrus you see is a green plant, and they dry the leaves and use it for writing, drawing, make pictures like you see on the table. And what you see in the background of these pictures is the language, the hieroglyphic language, which is in the background. Also, there are leather goods, which are also made in Egypt, and they are decorated with pictures and hieroglyphics and the rest of the stuff.
Well, I'm starting to notice a theme here. It doesn't seem to matter where we are. Food is evident. Food is everywhere. So what are we serving here today?
These are all Czech pastry. Over here is the poppy seed strudel and the cheese strudel. This is their holiday bread called hoska. And these all 5 different flavors in these little Czech buns. They're called golaczki. And over here is the almond flavored.
It looks delicious. Which one is your favorite?
All of it. That's the trouble. Oh, and I didn't tell you, that is a dumpling slicer. And this is what the dumpling slice looks like. The Czechs love their gravies, and this is good with gravy.
Can I try it right now? All right. I'm going to try it live on the air. Here we go. Delicious.
Is it really good?
Thanks for sharing.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Tamika, how are you?
I'm doing good, Josh. Good to see you.
Great. This is a fantastic event, and I know that you had a lot to do with it. You know how I know that?
Why?
Because there's a lot of food. And we know Tamika likes food. She loves talking about food, and food from different cultures.
That's right.
Doesn't get any better than that. Tell me about this event.
This is my kind of event. This is what I'm talking about. All we need is some grits and some cornbread. We would have really had it going on, yeah. But this event was put on by a combination of people. The Diversity Council is just amazing. I can't thank them enough for just being patient, kind, while we're developing this thing. Mark Rousey has been such a fearless leader. He's just been amazing. And this event is different than I think 2011, because what I'm seeing more is more of an exchange between the people who are coming to watch and the exhibitors. It's more of a conversation this year, and the room is just filled with excitement. I don't know, I just feel like everybody's really enjoying themselves.
Well, I had no idea that there are so many different cultures represented within the gates here at Oak Crest. It's unbelievable. Where do we find all these people?
Well, what we did was put out a search. We just basically asked people to sign up at the front desk, and we had that going on for about a month. We've been talking about this event for like 2.5 months. I have the home advantage of always mentioning it on set, so I'm just glad to see everybody taking a chance and sharing themselves, being open enough to just let people in.
Well, that wraps up this year's Multicultural Expo from Erickson Hall. We've had a great time this year. We've met some wonderful people, tasted some outstanding food, and I really can't wait until the next one. Until then, have a great day.